Guys, Amanda Blockson here, the Black Status Presenter with Unique. And today I am super excited because, for one, this is my very first live stream webinar all by myself. So I'm super excited about that. And I have the Nathan Lippitt as a guest with us today. And he's just come from a training. So we're talking different stuff today. So have a notepad out if you can, take some notes because we're going to talk about going green. We're going to talk about snagging those bonuses this month, possibly earning that trip to Jamaica, and getting yourself set up for what's about to hit you. Because once convention rolls around and then we go into the fall and winter months, Unique is going to explode. So today we're going to talk about what you can be doing to build your unique business, and we're going to focus on green. So Nathan, thank you for joining me today. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. I know we talked a little bit before the webinar. I'm just kind of starstruck right now, but I'm so excited. I mean, this month is going to be huge, so big. It's one of the busiest times. I know it is in the UK, but it's busy everywhere because everyone needs mascara. So yeah, I'm just really, really excited to be able to share some tips, or because I'm starting at zero. Just like everybody else, we're all going to make it to green. We're all going to get that promotion because I am so excited.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about, I know you said you went to a local training. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how that was and how that went? And then if you want to go straight into, I know you said you had a little diagram you were going to go over about getting to green. So you can have at it. The floor is all yours.
Brilliant, thank you. Basically, we went to a training event. It was about 2 hours away from me, and it was so important that I went. You know, I just went for it. I just got on a train on my own, and I just went. Events are so important to your business. Not only are you getting the really good training from the top leaders, you're also surrounded by people who want it just as much as you. I mean, I was in that room with so many motivational, inspirational people. I was hearing stories. It just gets you so pumped and so excited. And I know sometimes on Facebook you can come across a few negative people, but at Unique events there's no negativity. It's all fun. Everyone wants the same thing. So we all just buzz off each other and we all just share tips and tricks, and it was an amazing event, and I wouldn't have missed it for the world. So if you have an event close to you, please go, no matter what. You know, if you have an appointment for the dentist, miss that appointment, girl. You can get an appointment next week. It's fine. I need a root canal. It doesn't matter. I wouldn't have missed that training for anything.
Right.
So yeah, it's super duper important that you go to the events because you do come out of them feeling refreshed and motivated. Also, I want to do a talk about your why. Me and Amanda talked about this a little bit before the webinar, and how important your why is. I mean, all of us UK girls and guys, we're doing our why videos because we left training kind of thinking, is our why strong enough? Is our why actually our why? And we really had to go home and think about it. And my why was totally different to what I actually thought. And I did my why video today, and I cried. I was bringing up my past. And it's that kind of why that you need. And like one of the leaders said, you know, if your why doesn't make you cry, then it's not strong enough. So that hit home, and it made us all think about our whys, and I think it's made people want to be a little bit more out there, and you know, a bit more what's the word, live. Yeah, motivational. I think people want to help people change other people's lives, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that was the most important thing I took away, knowing my why.
And that's something to share with your team as well, because when someone's joining your business, if you know their why, and you can ask them, you know, why are you doing this? Why did you sign up to sell mascara? What is it? You know, you can dig deep with them and get to that emotional point where they're sharing with you why they want this, And once you've connected on that emotional level with your prospect, you're always going to have that. So if and when they feel like giving up or they feel defeated, you can remind them, hey, what about how you wanted more for your kids? Or what about how you wanted to, provide for your family in a way that you hadn't before? And you can connect that with them, and that's going to remind them, hey, I signed up to do this. Everybody signs up for a reason. So I love to use, connecting with your why as part of my introductory process with my prospects and my new presenters, because it's the most important step, like you said.
Definitely. And you've just got to remember as well, we all start at the same point. No one's different to anybody else. We all start at zero. And, it's normally the people who stick at it, who work hard, who know they can do it, who go really, really far.
Right.
We all struggle sometimes, and we all think, oh, I can't do it. I can't do this, I can't do that. But you so can. You so can. And it's that mindset that you need. You need to think to yourself, I'm going to do it, and I will do it. And you've just got to work hard, do everything humanly possible that you can do. And 100% guarantee you will see results if you have that mindset. 100%.
Definitely.
So excited.
So let's talk about this diagram. Let's talk about, I heard that there's this infamous quote by Nathan Lippitt that to go black status, you work like you're a black status, even if you're a blue status. And that same goes for every status. I know it has a certain ring to it when you say black and blue, of course. But I want to know what you mean by that. I want you to explain to us, just what do you mean by going black requires you to work like a black status, even when you have just started or even when you're a blue status?
It basically means that you've just got to do everything that a black status leader does. You've got to travel, you've got to meet people, you've got to build relationships with people. I've been places where I can't really afford to go, like, just because I know it's going to be worth it in the end. There's been times where I've been so skint, like no money, and I've still gone to a meeting with a potential recruit, because you need to do them kind of things. And it's like building momentum and building excitement. Like, at first I thought I was really annoying my Facebook friends, like carrying on talking about it, but then I just thought, I don't care anymore. Like, I love what I do, and I want to share what I do, and that's what I do. I just work really, really hard. I lose sleep. Sometimes I go to sleep at 6 o'clock in the morning, and have like 4 hours sleep. Like, that's the kind of attitude that you really, really need to have. It doesn't matter if you're tired. We're all tired. We're all doing the same thing. You just don't need sleep when you're talking about mascara all the time. And you're sharing amazing products as well. So do videos on the products and show people what they can do, because people are watching you, and people, even if, like, Amber Voigt posted a picture on Facebook saying, people, what was it? It was basically a picture saying, the people who don't like are the people who are watching the most. And that is so true. I mean, most of my recruits, they've just joined because they've seen my success, and they've seen how happy I am. They didn't even message me first. They just joined.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that you need. And you need to, like, build up, that excitement, and then people will join your team. They so will. But it's all about being excited. That's my biggest motto. Just be excited.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I when you talked about traveling and getting to wherever you can to be around like-minded people. Before we started the webinar, you talked about how everybody in the room was there for the same reason. So you guys got each other. You understood. And I just came back from a Boston training last weekend as well, and I didn't even decide to go until a week before, I think. And I heard there were going to be 5 other black status presenters there, and we're still learning. I think some people could misinterpret how hard we still work. And so when you said that to work as if you are a Black status, because we still lose sleep and we still travel last minute to events to get ourselves in a room full of like-minded people and fill our cup. You know, you have to fill your cup. And when you were talking about your why, and when you thought that you were annoying people and things like that, and your why can really come into play right there, because it's going to remind you, you know, when you say let the haters be your motivators, it's going to remind you why you're doing this, and that you don't have to let anybody get in your way. You're going to get in your own way enough, you know, so don't let anybody else get in your way too, because then that's just two people that you have to shove out. So I'm thrilled to be able to share that with people, because it has such a powerful statement. And I think that if people want this to be a hobby, it could be a hobby, but a hobby doesn't pay very well. You know, in real life, just think about it. Hobbies don't pay your bills. So I think sometimes you just have to really evaluate, what do you want from this? What are you looking to gain? Where are you looking to be? And then evaluate where you are in your life and what can you give up? You know, can you give up sleep? Can you give up movie night on Thursdays with your girlfriends? Can you skip a Saturday afternoon at the park? Because that's what's required, especially if you're someone that works a full-time job. You know, what are you able to sacrifice? And if I could tell, you know, I say all the time that if I ask somebody, do you want it? Do you want success? And they say yes, you know, and I'm like, well, everybody wants it. But what are you willing to do to get it? You know, because there have been sacrifices in every single top status presenter in this company. There have been numerous. You know, Katie Thompson just shared a story at our training in Boston how she didn't make socks for months. She had a huge laundry basket in her living room and she just bought new socks. That was just one more sacrifice that she made, because the time was of the essence in order for her to build with momentum. And we're going to talk about momentum also shortly. So I want to hear about this diagram, though. We didn't even talk about it before the.
Yeah.
Well,
I loved what you just said, and it's so true. I mean, how many times do people work like 40 hours a week for minimum wage? They get up in the morning and they can't be bothered, and they still go to work for less than what they could be making doing their own thing, honey. Mm-hmm. So it's super important that if you do stick at this, you will be successful. There's no doubt about it. Mm-hmm. Seriously, we're a 2-year-old company. It's so new, 2 new markets. Woo, woo. Right. So excited. But yeah, I loved that little bit that you did there. My diagram, by the way, I seem to have lost it, but I've remembered it in my head. So I can kind of talk you through what the diagram looks like, and I hope you can kind of picture it. Okay. Right, so to hit green, if you want to hit green this month, all you need to do is sell 35 mascaras, right? Mm-hmm. Recruit 5 people. If them 5 people sell 9 mascaras each, you are now pink, which is an amazing achievement anyway. So if you hit pink, that's amazing. But if you want to hit green, teach all them 5 what you've just done, and you are then green. Mm. That's how easy it is, guys. It's so doable. And if you already have recruits and they're not really doing anything, message them. Tell them that method. Gets people motivated. And if you haven't got them 5, just look for them 5. I mean, I recruited 8 girls in less than 6 days, just from being excited and about telling people about the opportunity, building relationships. It's so easy, guys. It's not hard work. Don't make it hard work, because it's not fun. You need to be fun. You need to be happy. You need to be excited, and you need to tell people how important this is. Tell them about the mission. Tell them about your why. And you'll hit green this month. I guarantee it, if you follow that method. Totally 100%.
Definitely. I was just talking to Heather Marks, Black status presenter, right before we got on the webinar today, and she was telling me how she had 3 people message her over the weekend about joining, and she said, you know, I'm still recruiting, and I said to her, me too. You know, I had 2 people sign up last week, and so it's hard to portray that without just saying it. People are still signing up. People are still enrolling. So it's just about how much you are putting yourself out there, and how many people are you talking to, and how many people are you sharing this with. Because going green is is something that is looked at as hard. You know, it is a leadership position, and it is something that it takes a little bit of dedication to get to. But and what you just said about it being hard, I say that at every single training that I go to, this is as easy as you make it. If you make it hard, it's going to be hard. If you make it easy, it's going to be easy. And you know, we could talk about the positive mindset all day long, but the glass is either half empty or it's half full. And it's really how you put that into perspective. If you look at your back office and you think, I'm only pink, then you're only pink. You know, if you look at it like, I'm pink, then you're pink and you're ready to go blue. And so you can hardly go blue with the mindset of I'm only pink, because you're not relishing in the steps that you're making along your journey to green and above. And that's super important, because green is just not the stopping point. You will only not hit black status if you quit. It's inevitable. As long as you're sharing, as long as you're selling, as long as you're using the product and just putting your excitement out there, it is inevitable that people are going to join your team. It's just how it happens. There are going to be people that say no. There are going to be people that say not right now. There are going to be people that say maybe. But there are going to be people that say yes. And I know that because there are still people saying yes. So you definitely have that in your back pocket. You need to be using it. How many people are you talking to? We're talking about going green and needing to enroll a few new people and coach them to yellow. How many people are you sharing the business opportunity with? Are you making a due diligence this month to work the extra hours and to put the extra time in so that you can make sure that you get there? You know, are you coaching your new people? Are you selling yourself? Are you selling the product also? Are you a product of the product? That's a huge one. If you're not using the product, how are you selling the product? If you haven't used the rose water, how can you describe it to someone? If you haven't put the splurge eyeshadow on your eyes, how are you describing that experience to somebody else, or telling them that it doesn't crease or that it's super sparkly? See, I can vouch for it right now, but how are you explaining that to them if you're not using it? And all the time, I mean, the mascara is a given, but we are a lot more than mascara. The mascara is like the bait. You know, that's what gets their attention. We have a lot more that they are going to love following the mascara. And when you're talking about getting those sales up this month, to earn those cash bonuses and to up those Jamaica points, you've got to start talking, and you're only going to feel comfortable and confident if you've used the product yourself, hands down. And
Definitely. And product knowledge is so important, because you will get people coming to you like wanting a recommendation. Not everybody knows about makeup. Right. And I literally, the unique catalogs, what I do, I go through the catalog and I product knowledge. I find out every shade, you know, what the products do, and I make a note of everything, so it's locked up in my mind, so that if I am out and about and I don't have my internet or, you know, my unique website, I can always say, and I can always recommend a product and then give them a business card and say, you know, contact me if you want to know anything more. So product knowledge is a big one. Definitely know your products.
And it builds your confidence, you know. Even when I look at, I mean, I've always, as soon as I was able to afford all of our products, I've always bought the new ones as soon as they come out. But for instance, I had never used bronzer before Unique came out with bronzer, so I really couldn't, you know, even the day that it came out, if somebody asked me about it, I was like, I haven't tried it yet, you know, it's on its way. And it took me a minute to be able to really describe that product to somebody else. And so before I used it, my confidence level just wasn't there. But once I did, and now I use bronzer every single day, but once I experienced the product and I had the knowledge behind it, it built my confidence. And that sells. Confidence sells. And people wear makeup every single day. If they're coming to you to buy Unique makeup, then they don't know about Unique makeup yet. So, you know, fake it till you make it, obviously, but use as many products as possible, because it will build your confidence, and your knowledge depends on using it. You can't really say firsthand until you put it on your face. So
Definitely.
Okay, what else would you say? What else are you doing this month that is different than last month?
I'm basically putting all my energy into my team, and I'm doing everything. I'm setting challenges for myself. I'm setting challenges for my team, and I'm doing whatever my team is doing.
Yes.
So because if I'm not working, they're not going to work, and they're not going to. I want them to know it's possible. So we're all getting together. I'm in my friend Gemma's Go Green group. We're all building that momentum, getting. You know, we all want green. We're all going for green, and it's an amazing buzz going around. So yeah, it's going to be a huge, huge month for the UK and in America and Australia, everywhere. But it's about doing everything you can this month. Lose sleep, just lose sleep.
Mhm.
You'll thank me. Seriously, you will.
You
You
know,
know,
people ask me all the time, and I did a video about this last week or a couple weeks ago. It's the summer. Have we slowed down for a little bit? Is it a little slower for you right now? And I'll be honest, I am at the ball field 6 nights a week. I coach two different teams. All three of my older kids play. So we are a very busy family, but I incorporate my business every single day, no matter where I am. So if that means talking about mascara at the baseball field, then that's what I'm going to do. So when we say lose sleep and go the extra mile, we're not meaning that that's the only options. If you're not fitting this into your everyday life, then you're missing a very large margin of people that haven't heard about this, that don't even know what unique is. And you have to be utilizing those moments in order to share this and not be behind on time. If you're already doing everything that you possibly can and you're already exhausting what you feel like are all of your efforts, and you're still not fitting this in at the grocery, post office, at your job. I mean, we talk to people every single day. And when I get asked the question, is it a slow month? I'm like, I don't think there is a such thing. I can't remember ever pulling out my calendar and marking out May and saying, I'm not going to buy mascara in May. People just don't do that. We are fortunate enough with Unique to have a product that people are going to buy on Christmas Day. People are going to buy it on Easter Sunday. It's just the kind of business model that we have, and it's the product that we offer because it's like milk. You run out, you buy more. That's just how it is. So where you turn this week, there will be somebody that needs mascara. So think about that, and there will be somebody that's willing to switch their mascara and that's willing to try a product or that wants longer lashes or that will host a party for you. You never know who those people are. So does that involve a lot of trial and error? It definitely does. But I can promise you that trial and error pays off because I don't care if you have 100 no's. It takes 4 greens to go black. So if you have 4 strong yeses, I would, if I did it all over again, I would turn my back to 96 no's any day and say, it's just not right now. And I wouldn't let that hold me back because if you let it hinder you and the next person is a yes, then they may not join with you. You might have just introduced them to Unique, but they may feel like they want to be under someone that's a little more confident or that seems like they have it together a little more or that is aware of what they have their hands on. Because when you find a rock star, you are not going to know. You're not going to know when you say, hi, my name is so-and-so. You're not going to know that that's your rock star. I can promise you that the person you think is going to be your rock star is going to be your dud, and the person that you think is going to be your dud is going to be your rock star. So you have to treat everybody the same because when that rock star hits, it is like an explosion in your business, and you're never going to know when that happens, and you're never going to know who that is. So and I'm really bad about this because I won't have my mascara on one day and I'll run to the post office and I won't talk about it and I'll wish that I did. And I'll get to the car and I'll be like, yeah, she would have been my next black status on my team. I know it. I just beat myself up about it because you never know. But if you have that mentality and you're opening your mouth all the time, if your mouth is open, your business is open. And you have a business that sells a hot product that everybody wants and that people buy 365 days a year. So utilize that. Take it and run with it because right now is the time. Unique has never offered bonuses like this for green. Unique has never ever said, double all the points for Jamaica because we want to fill the ship. When they say that, it's because they're looking at you and knowing that if they double your points and you rock it out, you can do it. Because if you're sitting back thinking I can't get on that ship, then who are they talking to? Why'd they do it? They're talking to you. You know, you're the person that this was made for. So get out there and do it, because once June 1st rolls around, you're going to wish that you did. Or if it's the last day and you're a few hundred points shy, you're going to be kicking yourself for not working every day like it was the last day. Every day is worth 3% of your business. Did you know that? So it's what, the 6th, 7th? I lose track. But if you have 3 days in a row without working your business, then you've got 9% that you need to catch up on somewhere else. And I think of that every single day. If I take a Sunday to watch a movie, you can bet that 3% is running through my head that I've got to make it up somewhere. Because if I don't, then I'll feel like my month is not complete. And I work my month from beginning to end every single month, just like Nathan said. So I want to talk a little bit about momentum also, because it's perfect that you said that, Nathan, about you guys all working towards green and you've all kind of got that same goal, because we talk a lot about Unique being in momentum and, you know, when momentum hits its peak and all of those things. And a company will truly go through, you know, hyper growth momentum one time.
Yeah,
and
totally agree.
Go like this. And then I do not believe that Unique will ever have a tipping. I believe we'll have a plateau maybe at some point. We are not there yet. But what I want to tell you is that even if we ever get to a plateau, and I say people are turning 18 every day, so I just don't see it happening, but we'll see. But you create your own momentum, you know, and it was perfect the way that Nathan said that about them, what they're doing in the UK, because they're creating momentum over there. So if they're creating the momentum over there, then you can create the momentum over here or wherever you are. It's kind of like, I can relate anything to baseball and softball, but if I just, you know, last night we won our 4th game in a row, and the night before that we beat an undefeated team. And if I would have just went out there with my girls and said, let's go play ball, and that's all I said, I just don't know what they would have produced, you know. But no, I create the momentum before we leave the dugout. I'm like, let's go. 3 hits. Let's do it. Let's get some outs. Let's hit the ball. I'm creating that momentum for them. You've got to be doing that. Coaching is the same. Coaching, I literally can swap them out because it feels the same to me, because I'm leading them and I'm leading my team in Unique. So if you feel like your team is stagnant on momentum, then it's your job to create that momentum. It's your job to hike it up a little bit and start brainstorming, start talking to other leaders, create some excitement. But the momentum can be created within you, because people get excited. People want to be a part of something. People want a competition. People want an incentive. They want to get their hands on exclusive products or new hot products. So if you feel like things are slow moving, then evaluate yourself. Evaluate how exciting you're being. I can guarantee you, if we would have lost last night's ball game, I would have asked myself, what could I have done? What could I have done differently out there? Who could I have said needed, you know, who could I have given a little bit more encouragement to? Who could I have listened to? What could I have done? And this is the exact same. Open your ears and listen to them and just start developing. It will become a chain reaction, I promise you, if you just light the fire. Because there are teams that have a fire, and if it's not yours, then you need to figure out why.
I totally agree. Totally agree. I mean, in the UK, we, in pre-launch, which was like 7 months ago, you know, we had a pre-launch group, and that momentum is still there. And it's all because of that pre-launch group. You know, we're all still friends from 7 months ago. It's all carried on. It never stops. That group is still there. We all get so excited when someone's close to a promotion, even if we're not in the same team. You know, it's so exciting. Be happy for other people. You know, write a status saying, "Oh my God, I'm so proud of so and so for hitting this rank." You know, it's like my friend Helen Wright, who's just hit orange in the UK. You know, we're not on the same team as each other, but I was so happy for her. So I wrote a status and posted a picture saying, "I'm so happy." You know, and it shows people that, you know, you can do it if you're excited about it. Now, I put a status on last night, and I was like, you know, 2 months ago, I was thinking to myself, should I quit? And if I did, I seriously would have been crying right now, because and I didn't work on my business for like 2 weeks, and it affected my business. You know, my team weren't working because I wasn't working. But now, obviously, everyone's working because the excitement's back. You know, we're all buzzing off each other. You know, the pre-launch, the team groups are exciting. You know, so if you don't have excitement, maybe do a pre-launch group. Add all your potentials in that pre-launch group. You know,
how do you feel about there was a black status in 3 days? People ask me all the time, how on earth did somebody go black status in the UK in 3 days? Because they created momentum and they were ready when the doors opened.
Definitely.
They were ready when the lights came on. They were partying before the lights came on. That's a thing that they created. They created that excitement. They created that hype. You didn't just plant that in their hands. They gave them the product and the opportunity, and that ignited their fire for this. That's all.
Definitely. And in the first month of UK launch, everyone hit promotions.
Yes.
Like wildfire. I mean, there was Claire who hit black first. There was Katie who hit black second. You know, everyone was hitting either yellow, pink, blue. Everyone was hitting them. The amount of green elites that were made in that first month, it just goes to show that the excitement, if it's there and you're talking about it and you're working your business, it will happen. It so will. And I think it's so important to stress as well that, you know, that excitement never went away, and that's why these promotions keep on happening, and that's why people are working so hard in the UK, you know.
Yeah.
So, but we've all got the same opportunity, whether you're in America. I mean, America's a lot bigger than the UK, you know, and if the UK girls can do it, anyone can do it in any, you know, Australia, America, anyone can do it.
Yes,
so I just said,
UK girls, those first few are under ladies in the States, and that's because they built their business internationally. They networked, they marketed. You know, anybody in the UK can build an exclusive American team or an exclusive Australian team. Obviously, I wouldn't do that. I would, you know, perish yourself throughout all of our markets, but you have your hands on a business that can, you know, be put into all of these different areas. We're already there, and you can build your business there. And I loved at the San Diego training that I did. Amber Voigt said that somebody asked her, what do you say to someone when they ask you what you do? And she said, I say, I have an international makeup business. And I have said that ever since, because I was like, I do. I totally do. And it has people saying, huh? What is that? What do you mean? Because that sounds awfully impressive, you know. And Unique gives you that opportunity as soon as you sign up. You can enroll somebody in another country as soon as you're enrolled. And like Nathan said, we all start at zero. When it rolls over every month, we are all back at the same place that we were, and we all have to work hard. And you know, I purchased a $99 kit just like you did, and just like Nathan did. And so it's really about what you do with it. Who do you talk to? Quality versus quantity. Don't think you need to go enroll 20 people today. Put in 3 people and work with them. You know, coach them. People need taught. People need led. They need you to show them the ropes. If you don't know a lot yet, put them with your upline. Ask for help. You know, reach out to your sponsor. Put them in the groups. They need your help in order to be successful. And you, in order to be successful, you need them to be successful too. So it needs to be that circle of life within your unique business, you know. I'm going to allow, because I can see the chat. I don't know, Nathan, if you can see the chat on the side, but I'm going to allow people, while we're still chatting these next 20 minutes or so, to ask questions. And
brilliant.
To answer them all, but I can take a couple as we go. just
exciting.
If there's something that someone that we've touched on but maybe we didn't elaborate on, or something that we just totally haven't covered yet, if there's anything that anybody would like to ask, then
I did get a message on Facebook, it just popped up on my phone, about explaining the diagram again. So I'll just quickly go through like what I said, just so people know. Basically, if you sell 35 mascaras, recruit 5 people, then 5 people sell 9 mascaras each. That will make you pink. And then you teach all of them 5 what you've just done, and you are now green. Woo, woo, woo. And that cash bonus is yours. So,
and that level of duplication, it seems, you know, I another exercise I do at my trainings is I say, who in the room thinks that it's extremely hard to get to black status? And everybody raises their hand. And I'm like, it's because you're thinking of the fact that you're a yellow right now, or that you're a pink right now. And when you look at the requirements for black status, it seems hard. So when you're pink, even if you're going for green this month and that's your ultimate goal, don't look at green and get overwhelmed. Look at blue. Let's hit blue. You know, we need to hit blue with a little time to spare, obviously, so that we can still knock it out and go green. But don't let yourself get overwhelmed by trying to skip promotions, because you're going to wear yourself out. You know, when you have the power of duplication, that's it. It'll happen organically. It'll happen on its own. So you just need to keep your head in the game and just keep putting people in, keep teaching them, keep coaching them, keep leading them in the right direction. Tell them how to, you know, make their first challenge be to sell 5 mascaras right out of the gate before they even get their kit. People love a challenge like that. And that puts them right in the hands of 5 people right away. That could be 5 new party hosts or 5 new presenters, anything. So give them those little tips like that and challenge them. Say, how ready are you? How ready are you to make money? Because when they first sign up, that's when they're ready to go. They sign up for a reason. You know, a few $100s a month is why 80% of the people in this business joined. And that could save a mortgage. It could save a car note. It could save a marriage. And so you need to take yourself back to that and remind yourself and your team what it takes to get there. Sell a few mascaras, enroll a few people, and watch the duplication happen, as long as you're teaching your team to do the same thing. So, okay, I have a couple questions over here. Let's take one from Brenda. My virtual parties are struggling. I haven't had a successful online party in months. All my business is cash and carry, and I would love to start seeing more successful virtual parties. Okay, I will answer this, and then I'll let you answer it as well, Nathan. I personally do not do as many virtual parties anymore, and I will just be 100% honest with you. It's because once I started getting the mascara on people and in front of people, I had so much better results. I know that's really probably not the answer that you want to hear, so I will give you a couple of tips about virtual parties as well. But when you are doing a virtual party, and say somebody has 200 friends that they add, and only 10 of them are even seeing what you're putting in there, and then only a couple of them are even interested, and then you've got to close the sale on one of them. If you put those same 200 people in front of you, and you applied the mascara right there in front of them, your results are going to be 1,000,000 times higher, okay? Also, every time you have an unsuccessful virtual party, you're feeling defeated. And so I found that instead of feeling defeated, I would just rather go out and sell some mascara in person or have a home party, because I leave there feeling accomplished. And that goes a long way. So for every 4 virtual parties that I have, out of those 4, I might have one that's a pretty good, engaging party. So that's something that I like to tell my team as well, just because if they have 4 parties going, I expect all 4 of them to be darn good, and it just doesn't work like that. So if you can know that about 20 to 25% of your parties will actually be, you know, even if you're posting in all of them and you're engaging in all of them, but asking the host questions, asking the guests questions about the host, just being interactive like that, brainstorm, you know, think of new things, come up with something that no one has done. You know, just try to get creative, and the things that get people commenting, liking, and talking in there, something to get the buzz going. You know, post something about a trend that's going on. You know, the whole white and gold, black and blue dress or whatever, something like that that's trending. Post it in your party and say, okay, guys, what do you think? What do you think about this? Get the conversation going in there. It doesn't have to always be about mascara. I hope that helps. What do you think, Nathan?
I totally agree with you. I mean, I have had some successful online parties, don't get me wrong, but I much prefer, you know, showing people face to face what a product can do and telling them about it, you know. Maybe even do a Skype party.
Yes.
Oh, crazy. Maybe do a Google Hangout party
That's
to
an
show
option.
them, to show the people
I
what the
love
product
you.
can
I'm so doing that. That's an
do it. Lock it up in there and just let's get it done. But I mean, can you
Can you
imagine
imagine if all 200 people were right here and you were applying the mascara
Yeah.
right in front of them? Could you imagine what that would do?
Yeah, do a live webinar, do a
I
live
love it.
Google Hangout.
I can't
show
wait. I'm
people-
so doing that.
set up a link, say if you want to see this magic mascara being applied, put the link out on Facebook, and that gives you not only the opportunity to show the product,
Yes.
but you could even get potential recruits in that as well, because you're showing you show your personality.
Yes.
Ideas.
When you're applying it, you say, "Oh my God, I can't believe I get paid to do this." You know?
I know, it's
Things like
crazy.
that.
Yeah, so if you're not confident doing a home party, if you're not confident, you know, going out speaking face to face, you know, get your webcam out and do a Google Hangout party.
Yes.
I think they will be really, really successful. And I think I might try one.
Yes.
Maybe tomorrow.
Yes. I have a party going on right now that is a returning hostess for me, and she will totally do it. So I'm going to do it. I love it.
Please let me know if it goes well.
I will let everyone know. Another question that I saw just now. Let me see if I can get back down to it so I can get the exact. My upline doesn't help much. Well,
I can answer this one if you want.
go for it, and I will take it as soon as you're done. Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, my sponsor isn't even active anymore. She's not on the system. She doesn't work a business. You know, she just didn't want it. But that never ever stopped me. I learned what I needed to learn on YouTube, through books, through personal development. The information is out there, guys. You don't need a sponsor, or you can do it yourself. Don't give up just because you've got an unsupportive sponsor. Please, please, please. Because the information is out there. There's videos. Everything you need is out there. Please don't be discouraged by a sponsor who's not helping.
Definitely.
It is very, very sad, because I could never let my team down.
Right.
And I don't know how people can, but people do, because they don't want it as much. But don't let it discourage you, because you can go really far on your own.
Yeah, and you know, you won't let your team down, even more so because you don't have that direct upline help. So imagine the team that you're going to grow because of that. In Unique, I have a fabulous sponsor, and so I can't even say anything along those lines. She's always been the most helpful person, and she's a black status too, and so she's a black status also, I should say. She's definitely a black status level 1, but I don't even get confused. But she's been great. But in another business that I was in before this one, my sponsor, I'm trying to think of how it would be as if I went black status and that pushed that person to pink. So that's kind of how it went in the chain there. She was like she was actually the very first promotion, and it was my, you know, almost $200,000 in volume in that business that pushed her there. And so I just didn't have that leading way. But what I did when I signed up, she did call me, and she told me who her sponsor was. And so I called her, and then that person told me who her sponsor was, and then I called her. And then when I got to that person, she was telling me about another person, and she said, and she's a diamond. And in that business, a diamond is like our green. And so I knew that was the person I needed to talk to if I wanted to make it. And so I just literally became resilient, And I did not stop until I had answers. I did not stop until somebody would give me the route to success. And if I got caught up and I didn't have it right in front of me, I made my own. Because when you bought your $99 kit, you started a business. And your business is not ran by anybody but you. So your success depends on you. And whether that means you go to YouTube and you find the information, or you pick up the phone and you call upline leaders, it's up to you. It's up to you to learn it, period. And that might seem harsh or hard, but it's just the reality of letting you know that you have a business right here. You have a multi-million-dollar employer right here. So what are you going to do with it? You know, are you going to let the fact that your upline doesn't help you stop you? Because if somebody sold me a brick and mortar business across the street, am I going to count on them to come in there and run it for me? No. I'm going to clock in at 9 o'clock and work till 5 o'clock, and I'm going to do everything I can and outsource everywhere I can to get the name of that business out there. And it's going to be up to me. If I went back to the person that sold me the business, he's going to laugh at me if I think he should come in and work my job. It's up to you. But there are so many YouTube videos, like Nathan said. Go to Google and type in Black Status Leaders of Unique, and then go find their YouTube channels. I can
go to Amanda Blockson's YouTube. She's got loads of videos, really helpful. I watched it pre-launch.
There are just so many training avenues. But then you know what? Before you know it, you'll be creating your own. And just like this, I had never thought of a live webinar party. This is why Black Status Leaders go to trainings. This is why we invite rock stars on webinars. Because we're still learning. We are still learning. Okay, let me take another one here. How do you approach strangers and talk to them about mascara and the business when you're out and about? Nathan, that comes from Zoe.
Well, it is a little bit harder for me because I'm a guy, but if you're a female, wear the mascara, honey. Just wear it. People will notice it straight away. You wouldn't even have to say anything. And like Sherry Brown did a video where she stuck stickers on the cheeks. Do that. Be a walking advertisement. It's so worth it. You would, if you're wearing the mascara and if you're talking to people, people will look in your eyelashes.
Yes.
You know, because people look in your eyes, and if they see one side Unique, one side, I don't know, your regular mascara, they will so notice it, and they'll probably think something weird going on right now, like what's going on with her eyeball. So that's a good little pitch to get talking about the products. But if you're really struggling selling, maybe reach out to your family and friends first. You know, tell them to support you if they can, to get the word out. You know, but I would say face-to-face sales are so fun, and you get to know people, you get to build relationships there and then. It's like home parties. You know, you're always going to have them contacts. You know, some people who attend the home parties book home parties themselves because they had that much fun.
Yes.
So if you're not wearing the mascara, you probably won't be getting sales. So that's like the most important part, that you're wearing the products so you can tell people about them, basically.
Right. You know, you are your own walking billboard. And do you know how fantastic that is? Do you know how much billboards cost? So, hello, get up, put on some BB cream, slap on some mascara, and out the door you go. You have it all right here, ready to go. $1 million face. So use it, because that is a conversation starter. You know, I am someone that I talk about this at my trainings too. I'm not the type to just walk up to somebody and say, oh my God, have you seen my lashes? Or have you heard of this 3D fiber lash mascara that's out? That's just not my personality, and I don't push myself to go there because I don't want to seem fake about it. So stay within your realm of personality and with your comfort zone, I guess, but step out of it every once in a while too, because I have noticed lately that I'll do things like I'll do my mascara before I go onto the field to coach, and I will say as I'm walking up, sorry, I totally did not doll myself up on purpose. I had a YouTube video before I came here, so you're just going to have to see my lashes being really crazy long today. And you wouldn't, all of a sudden, 7 moms on the bleachers like, what did you say about her lashes being so crazy long? I mean, it's and I just buzz right past them. I don't stop and let them focus right then because they're going to be there for 30 minutes to an hour, so they'll notice. I don't overdo it because I want people to be engaged. That's just me. Now I have girls that will go into public with one eye done and one eye not, and they will like bump into someone at the grocery and say, "Oh, sorry, I know I look totally crazy right now because I just came from a demo." But I don't have the guts to do that. I'll just be honest. But whatever tickles your fancy, however you want to put yourself out there. But the biggest part of that is putting yourself out there. How you do it is okay, and it's gonna fall into place. It's really just about doing it. Wear the mascara and find new, innovative ways to put yourself out there. I know people that will stop someone in the makeup aisle and just compliment them, or they'll stop them in the fruit aisle and compliment them. And for me, I just start conversations. I literally will start conversations that have nothing to do with makeup or mascara at all, and I will find the insert somewhere. I'm very good at that. I will find the insert in that conversation, and I will make it about Unique, and I will make it about my business. And sometimes that will be, I have a girl on my softball team, her mom's a lawyer, and she was talking about her job a couple nights ago, and I said, "Oh, that's why I'm so thankful that I work from home. I just don't even know what I would do if I wasn't able to work from home." And then her response was, "Oh, what do you do from home?" Well, she hates her job. She just told me that. Hello, if you're not taking those moments of opportunity, you're missing the window. You're missing it. And there are a lot of those. People hate their jobs. People hate Mondays for a reason because they hate getting up and going to work. So interject and say anything. You can say, that you love working from home if you do. You can say, "That's why I love selling makeup, because I just love being able to get dolled up and I don't go a lot of places." You can, if you need a list of those, I could give some fillers, because that's just how I do it. I just interject in an already ongoing conversation because you've already engaged them at that point. What do you think?
Totally agree. I totally agree with you. It's basically the same as what I do because I can approach people and I can talk to people and because I love making new friends anyway. So I basically do the same. And if people ask what I do, then I tell them. Because people like when you get talking to a new person, people will say like, "Oh, so what do you do for a living?" They will ask you at some point. So yeah, always think about that when you're making new friends and talking to new people. Don't just go straight in and say, "Oh my God, have you seen this mascara?" Just build that relationship first, and they will ask you what you're doing in life and all that kind of fun stuff. So.
And that's the same with a Facebook post. I'm going to make this kind of a double-sided question because somebody over here asked, what do you do when your friends are tired of seeing your post? And then somebody else said, "This is my advice. If your friends are tired of seeing your post, then they aren't your friends. Nobody should be trying to see someone working to better themselves in the life of their family. They have the option to unfriend you or hide your stuff from their newsfeed." Now, there are two things I'm going to say about this. One, I agree. I agree with Brooke when she says that, you know what, if they can't support you, then they're really not friends to start with. But what are you saying? What are you saying that's annoying them? Because just like Nathan said, if I wouldn't go up to somebody and say, "Have you tried Unique's 3D Fiber Lash Mascara? Here it is. Here's what it does." If I wouldn't do that in person, then why would you do that online?
Yeah, totally agree.
You will never see me post a status like that. And so don't let it bother you. Don't let it hinder you and move right along. Next, that's what I like to say. But if you get that more than once, then evaluate what you're saying. And are you spamming the heck out of people? Because if you are, stop spamming and start engaging and start creating conversation. Go to someone's page that would be awesome at this and comment on a photo of their kids. People are so obsessed with their kids. I have 6, I know, okay? When someone comments on a photo of my kids, I'm like, "Oh, I know I have the cutest kids, I know." We're flattered by that. So use that to your advantage. You have so many advantages that you don't even know because you're focused on spamming, and I don't mean that as you individually or you, the person that asked the question, but don't be so pitchy and so salesy and so join me, buy from me. Talk about share this. You know, I've said numerous times that if I would have started this webinar and said, you have got to try the new chicken Caesar salad from Fazoli's. It is the best chicken Caesar salad I have ever had in my life. I can't even believe it. It's only $5.99. And your mouth would be watering all through this webinar. And as soon as it's over, you would go to Fazoli's and buy that chicken Caesar salad. I promise you. Now, if I got on here and I said, do you see this $5.99 chicken Caesar salad? It's the best chicken Caesar salad I've ever tried in my life. You're not going to buy it. Speak from here. Speak from here because you love it, don't you? If you do, then speak from that because that's what's going to make the connection with people. The sharing, you know. I can't tell you how many people have bought the conditioner that I use. It's a 10. It's the best conditioner on the planet. I swear by it, and I love it. And so when someone says, how do you get your hair so soft? That's what I say because it's the truth, and I love it. And I share that from here because I mean it, and I'm being honest. And people can tell, and they relate to that. They trust me, so they buy it. So why is the mascara any different? If you were selling Maybelline mascara, or if you were using Maybelline mascara, you'd be a lot more comfortable telling someone about it. Why? Who cares what end they're buying it from? You love the product. That's what you're sharing. It just so happens that you make the paycheck too. So utilize that. Okay.
Totally. And always be a real person as well. Don't just turn your Facebook into like a huge, like, big spamming spree. Yes. Always be relatable. Always post what you normally used to post, you know, only if it's positive, of course. But yeah, it's really important to be relatable and to just live a happy life. Show people how happy you are. You know, that's the most important part. Spamming is just a no-no.
Yes. Okay, last question I'm gonna have both of us answer this one too, and this is a good one. It's from Ashley. She says, how do I train people? I'm a white status and learning myself. Hang on a second, it just bumped me out. So, how do I train people? I'm white status and just learning myself. Someone signs today, what do I teach them? So she's saying she basically just signed up. She's a white status. She has not yet promoted to yellow, and someone signs up underneath of her. What do you do with that person? You do exactly what the person did with you. And let me tell you why. Because you're on this webinar for a reason. You caught the vision somewhere. You may not see yourself going black status, and that may not even be your goal, but you want something out of this. And you were put somewhere where you got more information on building your business. So turn around and do the same thing. The only thing different than that I would add is to tell them that you challenge every single new presenter that joins your team to sell 5 mascaras before their kid even gets in. And then they're going to feel like, oh, well, she just set the bar because that means someone's done this. You know, let me show her what I'm made of right now. Tell them, think of 5 people you could share this with. I know you have 5 women in your life that would love to try new mascara and that would love to support your new business. Because a lot of times, you know, we have family that, and I'm double-sided about this, because while I feel like your family and your friends are not going to build this business for you, they're not going to be your largest customers, they're not going to be your presenters, they're not going to be what builds you to black status. It's just not going to happen. But they will help you when you ask for help. And so there's a difference than spamming your aunt's wall or your cousin's wall all day, every day, saying, please join a party, please join a party, please host a party, please sign up, please buy my product. There's a difference in that and calling Aunt Sally up on the phone and saying, Aunt Sally, I know you love me, and I know you support me, and I know that you'll be proud of me no matter what, but I could really use your help. And I can promise you that once you bring it down a notch, you know, pipe down just a little bit, and you bring it, make the emotional connection everywhere, always. It's always going to win, always. And so when you're able to bring it down like that, A, You've made the emotional connection. You've called her on the phone instead of relying on Facebook, okay? We can rely on Facebook some of the times, but sometimes you just gotta pick up the dang phone, you know? Plus, you haven't talked to your Aunt Sally in a long time, so connect with her for a minute, you know? And then tell her that you need her help because then she's going to feel guilty if she doesn't help you. So there's a lot of involvement that goes on there. But when you put it to a family member like that, a lot of people love to support small businesses and they love to know how can they do that? How can I do that? So when you bring it and you say, you know that, you know, we've been struggling with the bills a little bit and I just kind of picked up something on the side. I could really use your help.
Totally.
Like that, I promise you it'll get you a lot farther than the spam things that you're seeing.
Totally. I totally agree with you. And it just goes to show, if you're on this webinar now and you've only just started, how determined you are. You know, because not a lot of new people do come on these webinars and things like that. But it just goes to show how much you want that. Why not open a pre-launch group? Not everyone knows about Unique. You know, get your friends in that little group, build the excitement like we talked about earlier. You know, it will get people excited and it will bring new people to you. Maybe do like an incentive, you know, add your friends to this group to win so and so. You know, run little competitions. You know, if you have a nice little pre-launch group going on, you know, your business will just boom. Seriously, it so will. And I'm so excited for your business to grow. You know, and seeing you on this webinar just goes to show how determined you are. So good luck. Woo woo.
Thank you again, Nathan. You've been super fab. I can't wait to meet you in September. I will be in the UK for the first time ever. There's information on my Facebook if any of you guys are in the UK and want to come to a training there. The only other thing I have is to get your butts to convention. I can't stress enough how, you know, if you think that this webinar lit you on fire a little bit and gave you a little bit of insight, imagine what a room full of thousands of like-minded people can do, and the sisterhood and the camaraderie that comes with that, and you get to be in arm's length of the CEO of this company and the brother and sister duo that made it all happen. And sometimes that's all it takes, is just seeing that there's a real family behind this. You know, when you go green and you get to go to Unified and you have dinner at Derek's house, and there was something about that moment for me. You know, relating to him, I held his daughter, who's the same age as Grayson, and I was missing home all the way across the country, and there was something about seeing him as a dad and as a family behind all of this that really made it just that much more real for me. And convention's going to do that. It's going to do that for you, and you're going to be surrounded by women that want this just like you do. So you don't have to worry about posting on Facebook and people not liking what you have to say. And that's going to fill you up to the tippity top, and it's going to stay that way for a long time. You know, this webinar, you could get off this webinar and launch it out for a couple weeks even, you know. But then you might need refilled again, and convention is going to keep you that way, and it's going to keep you ignited for months. So I still feel like convention was yesterday when I talk about the laughs and the cries, and it's just it's an experience that you will wish that you had once it's over and you see all the photos and hear all the stories. So
I'm so excited. Thank you so much for having me on this webinar. It's been so exciting.
It's our first live one.
I know. I get to see you in September, and I can't wait. And I can't wait for convention. You know, if all of us UK girls can go, everyone in America makes sure they're there. I can't wait. It's gonna be huge. I can't wait. And if you really can't make convention, then maybe the mini convention in September that Amanda's doing. Maybe get yourself to that, because I'm going to be there and everyone's going to be there, and it's going to be amazing. I can't wait.
All right, guys. I love you all. Go rock it out. Get to Jamaica. Get some cash bonuses. I want to hear who did it. So shout it out. Tag me. Tag Nathan. Let us know. Let us know how you liked this webinar. Put it out there. Let other people know what you just spent the last hour doing, talking about mascara and watching us two crazy people. So, bye guys.
Bye guys. Good luck. Bye.